Hi, class. So we've been talking about the dance elements. We've been talking about body, and we use body. When we remember body, we touch our shoulders. We've been talking about action. Number two, we make an A for action. We've been talking about number three, which is time, And we've been talking about number four, which is space. And then we've been talking about number five, which is energy. So today we're going to connect it all together. We're going to connect it all together today. So I want you to focus on my screen, and we're going to go through a PowerPoint using Peer Deck. And we're going to use this so you're able to immediately make connections with what we're learning. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go to the slide, and we're going to go to present, and connecting it all. Miss Wallace's dance class. So these are your learning intentions and your success criteria. You are learning the basic elements of dance. These elements are the 5 elements of dance. They're the ones that you use: body, action, time, space, and energy. They're the ones that you use to create choreography. They're the ones that you use to put it all together. They're the ones that you use to think of dance movement. You are learning about dance dynamics, because we discussed tempos with speed that relates to time, and how fast or how slow you're doing something, or what type of energy you're putting into it. Maybe you're melting, maybe you feel lazy. Those are dance dynamics. I am learning dance movement to expand my dance vocabulary. And you are, because you learn dance movement, you learn bouncing, you learn turn in a circle, you learn hop on one leg, hop on two legs, you learn knee break, you learn kick, step, step, which is also known as kickball change. So you're learning dance movement to expand your dance vocabulary so that you'll be able to create yourselves. You can identify 5 dance elements. So now this is your success criteria. You'll be able to identify 5 dance elements. You'll be able to demonstrate a dance action with different tempos and movement qualities. And you'll be able to identify dance movement with its proper vocabulary. Okay, what are the 5 dance elements? Tell Miss Wallace the 5 dance elements, and how do we remember the dance elements? So who can tell me the 5 dance elements? Let's start with number 1. What is number 1? What is number 1? Right, correct. It is body. You touch your shoulders for body. We use this motion to remember how we touch our shoulder, how we remember the first element of dance, body, how we touch our shoulders for body. What is number 2? Yes, I see you. Number 2 is action. Number 2 is action. What is number 3? What is number 3? What is number 3? We do what to figure out number 3? Right, time. Like we have on a watch and we point to our wrist for time. How do we remember the dance elements with our body? So what is number 4? What is number 4? Space. And we open our arms to show how much space we have. And what is number 5? What is number 5? We just learned this one. What is number 5? Right, it is energy. It is energy. Okay, good. So these are the 5 dance elements: body, action, time, space, and energy. And if I were to go back, and if I were to take my, let me put my pointer back. If I were to go back and I were to annotate it, it all connects to each other. So we go here, we go to body, let me do that. Oops. We go from body to action. We go from action to time. We go from space, and then we from time to space. Then we go from space to energy. There we go, and that's it. Let's turn that off. Okay, next. So you may be tired of hearing me talk about the 5 dance elements. So we're gonna have a video. It's going to show you how this also all connects. They are going to do this in a little bit of a different order, but that is okay. That is perfectly fine. So we're going to open up this video. We're going to watch this video and I'm going to talk throughout the video to show you how these things connect once my video loads. Here we go.
There are many different styles of dance and creative movement, from traditional cultural dances to contemporary performance art, group dances to solo pieces. Despite this wide range, there are a handful of characteristics that all dance forms have in common. Body, action, space, time, and energy.
Boom, it's right there. Now, they didn't say it in the same order that we've been practicing it in because I'm teaching you a certain order to help you remember, but this is universal. This is universal: body, action, space, time, and energy. This is universal. So you have to use these things to create dance, to have dance.
5 elements of dance are the building blocks of all forms of creative movement and are a great place to start when talking about or analyzing a dance performance. Dance is an art form of and by the human body. Painters have brushes, canvas, and paint. Sculptors shape clay, wood, and metal. A dancer's materials are their arms, legs, heads, and torsos. Dancers isolate specific body parts or manipulate their entire body to create lines, shapes, and forms. Any movement of the body while dancing is an action. Leaping, walking, hand gestures, facial expressions, even pauses and rests are all distinct actions. Generally speaking, actions...
So like I said earlier, you can't have body without action. You can't have action without body. Those two connect. Those two go together. If there was no body, what action do we have? And if we have the body and there's no action, then there's no dance. So you have to start there. You have to start there.
Can be done in 2 ways: with the body held in one place or with the body in movement. Stretching, twisting, and bending can be done with the body in one place. Running, rolling, and twirling, on the other hand, are done as the body is moving through space. Dancers interact with and occupy space in a variety of ways. They can occupy a lot of space with their bodies and movements, or just use a small amount. Dancers can engage with space on different levels: high, medium, and low. They can move forward, backward, or diagonally through space. And their lines through space can be curved, straight, or free-form. Every action a dancer performs has a beginning and end, so there's always an element of time involved in dance.
And you see what she's doing? Remember, we practice using rhythm sequences with our body, using body percussion to display and understand time with rhythm. So it's important that we use our own body to also understand time within dance, okay?
Like music, dance can have structured rhythm, pulse. It can also be free-flowing and unpredictable. Another quality all actions have is energy. Energy helps describe how a dancer is moving. Are they moving forcefully, gracefully, fluidly, or heavily? Energy also helps us identify the emotions and intentions attached to a dancer's action. What might a dancer or choreographer be trying to communicate if their movements are sudden and jerky? Or what might it say if their movements are light and delicate? The next time you're watching a dance performance or even working out some choreography of your own, consider these 5 elements and how they all work together. Being able to identify and understand these aspects of dance can make you more fluent in the language of dance and help you get your own messages across through movement.
So that was the video, and it was able to help you understand and explain more than maybe what I could, or maybe you were able to hear it differently in that video. So, why do we care about the 5 dance elements? Like, why, Miss Wallace, why are you teaching us this? Why do we care? Well, it helps us create choreography, and choreography is how you are able to see dance. It helps us understand dance. It helps us remember dance moves, and it helps us discover more about dance. So, what is choreography? Because that is the main point. What is choreography? So choreography is the sequence of steps and movements in dance or figure skating, especially in ballet or other stage dance. Doesn't matter for ballet or not, we're just talking about dance in general. This is choreography. This is the definition of choreography. It's putting together a sequence of steps. And now you know a sequence of steps and you know your dance elements. So now you'll be able to put your own choreography together. So here we are. We're going to check for understanding. Draw or type 2 of your favorite dance elements. Draw or type 2 of your favorite dance elements. Now you can draw body, you can draw action, you can draw time, you can draw space, you can draw energy. Maybe for body, you draw an arm, or you draw a hand, or you draw a foot. Maybe for action, you draw like somebody running, or you can write action. Or maybe for time, you can draw a clock. Maybe for space, you draw. Remember when we did space, guys, I said draw yourself in your favorite shape because it shows that there's other space around you. And for energy, you can draw a light bulb or a lightning streak, okay? So give you guys some time to do that. But it'll also help you remember. It will also help you remember exactly what these dance elements are. Because the point is, what's the point of learning them if you don't remember them? You have to be able to apply them. So to apply them, you need to remember them. All right. Connecting the dots, body versus action. Without your body, you cannot create an action. A knee break is an action. Remember, we learned the knee break. You make a strong muscle and your knees come up and they break. How do we use our body in a knee break? What body parts are we using? What body parts are we using? So let's see who has the right answer. What body parts are we using? Right, we are using our arms and our legs to do knee break. We are using our arms and our legs to do knee break. So this is how you connect body versus action. Connecting the dots, action versus time. Without time, we wouldn't know when to start or end our action. So the movement, we go arm out, in, down is one of our dance actions. So how many counts do we have in that one action? Remember, we use 8 counts in dance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 movements, 4 counts in that one action. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Yes, a lot of you guys put 4. So, what plays a big part in time? So, time. We learned this sequence when we were talking about rhythm and time. Because to understand time is to understand rhythm. To have rhythm is to understand how much time you need to do something. So clap 2 times. 1, 2. Clap 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Clap 2. Stomp 2 times. 1, 2. Stomp 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Clap 2 times. 1, 2. Clap 3 times. 1, 2, 3. All right. So that is the sequence. Let's try it again. Clap 2 times. 1, 2. Clap 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Stomp 2 times. 1, 2. Stomp 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Clap 2 times. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that is us understanding rhythm in the context of time. So this is just a simple true or false question. Tempos and speed is related to the dance element time. Is this statement true or false? Is this statement true or false? Right, it is true. If you click true, you're correct. It is true. It is related to the dance element times. So what did we connect today? We connected body, action, and time so far. And how are these dance elements connected? Because without body, you can't do an action. And without action, you can't do body. You can't have body. Like your body has to be able to do the action or else we're not creating dance. And action and time relate because in time, you have to know when to start and end your action. So circle the pictures that reminds you of dance elements, the body, action, and time. So I see a body, so I would circle that one. Let's go back. So I see a clock, an alarm clock. I would circle that one for time. And for action, I would circle this one. But I did have a student that told me they would circle a baseball bat because they play baseball. And baseball includes a lot of action. So I liked the way that student was thinking. So you could, if you understand the action that is required in baseball, you could circle the baseball bat. If that's what helps you remember action. But the main three ones we're looking at is this body, time, and this person running over there. So connecting the dots, action versus space. What kind of steps take up a lot of space? So if we're running, that takes up a lot of space. If we're walking around the room, that takes up a lot of space. If we're doing big jumps across the floor, we're also known as leaps or grand jeté, that takes up a lot of space. What kind of steps take up a little bit of space? Well, bouncing, because we're standing in place. Knee break, because we're standing in place. We're swinging arms, because we're doing it in place. Okay, those are the steps that you're doing in place. Non-locomotor movement. Say non-locomotor. Good. Non-locomotor. These are the steps that take up a little bit of space. What are your favorite ways to dance? So, some of your favorite ways to dance. I see some big. I see a lot of big. You guys, a lot of you guys like to dance big. A lot of you guys like to dance big. Okay, and we have some small. All right, good. So we're gonna move on. All right, so this is the end of our lesson, and we're able to watch a movie also to understand how much these dance elements relate in dance in real life. Okay? All right. This is the end of our lesson for today.